Hello, everyone. Thank you to another InvArch Weekly Wednesday update. Really excited, as always, to go ahead and fill everyone up to speed on what we have going with the project currently and looking ahead to the more immediate future. It's been a really exciting, really productive past week, really busy week going on right now, and for the week ahead, we're extraordinarily pumped for everything that we have planned. So, as usual, I'm going to go ahead and dive right in. First and foremost, I want to make note, take mention of our successful and second brainstorm community workshop that we held. We had our very own co-founder Gabe, head of development, go ahead and host a workshop for the community of developers, and showed them around the newly upgraded we call IPL v2 or IP licensing v2, just using showcasing a little bit of its functionality to kind of I guess you could say to I don't know, feed the bellies of the mind or something like that. But kind of get the imagination flowing for individuals. So had that. We're really pumped. We had many individuals join. I think our first one, I believe we had about. It was really productive. Around approximately 40 individuals join. Our second and more recent one, I think we've had up to a total of 80 individuals, maybe over, had subscribed to join the crowdcast to tune in. So really pumped and excited to see the increase in interest there. And with that being said, we don't currently have plans for a third one, but if one ever happens, we'll let you know. With that, we have the current list, the full list of all of our participants. So we are now in the midst of we're minting the badges, the brainstorm badges that we'll be giving out to those individuals, and we're really excited for that. Again, Love, our designer, worked really hard on these, and they will bring some additional benefits in the future. You'll be able to know that this will give you access to our community sale community event. Didn't want to immediately say this beforehand because we wanted to get individuals to partake in the community workshop for good reasons, So with that, we would like to thank those who did participate, and with that, they'll be getting a slight increase to the weight that they would be gaining if they were to contribute to our upcoming crowd loan. They'll be getting a slight boost in that inducement allocation weight that we've described in past weeklies and in our articles. Just a really slight boost, a 10% boost. So if individual were to get let's say one weight per KSM, they would get 1.1. So it's a minute boost, but still something, a way of kind of thanking those who participated apart from just the brainstorm badge in itself, and also extending access to our future community sale that we have planned for the future. Moving along, want to go ahead and stress, as mentioned here, so this bonus with stuff, we have our upcoming Tinkernet crowd loan on Kusama, and we have recently we've announced some Tinkernomics update. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and review everything here. So I'm going to go ahead and blow this up real quick so everyone can see it a bit easier. All right, so what's going on? So with this, we still have that total supply of 11.7 million. So reduce that down from the community. Now, we did originally, when the market was not a few days prior to what it kind of is now. At that point, we had a poll for the hard cap, and the consensus, not majority consensus, but the winning consensus was to have a 15,000 KSM hard cap, which was completely doable. However, due to two factors: one, considering the allocations that were going towards the crowd loan, and then the more sudden sidewaysness of the market, because of those numbers, if you run the math, you the factor and everything, the rewards that would be given out to individuals, so there's a few flaws that then arise from this. And first and foremost, and this is really important, is that there's a possibility to where a few individuals could participate in this and kind of reap up a majority or all of the rewards. And that would not be healthy for the network, for the liquidity of the token, and it wouldn't really be healthy for individuals who have earned or have been given tokens as a reward. It would hurt the overall immediate and long term value right there. And as far as what's most important, I want to argue is, again, the utility needs for the network. So being able to fund the builders program, not the builders program, being able to fund IP staking, and also for what we do have allocated for the builders program. In fact, those rewards would not really have too much value, which would then hurt with incentivization and participation and the success of the network. So rather, I'd say apparent needs came to work, and we got right down to it, and we're really happy with everything we got out now. So I'm just going to break it down and explain. So again, we have the team. We've actually changed it before. It was at a maximum of 9% allocation for the InvArch network. This goes for the team. It goes for future hiring incentives. And if there were to be any other InvArch Association needs or anything like that, they could be allocated for that. But again, this is really just meant for preset team allocations and future hiring incentives. We've dropped that number down 1% to 8. We've also decreased the private funding for this from 6% to 5. It was 10 to 6%. We've reduced that down to 5. We have the crowd loan reserves sitting at 35%, and as individuals participate and we get closer to that 100% hard cap, allocations that were originally in the crowd loan reserves are going to get reallocated and distributed to the inducement bonus, 10% of which will go there, and the crowd loan rewards, 15% of which will go here. There will be 10% reserves that will remain, and the reason for this is for future crowd loans in order to help retain slot on the network as well. So we've also added OSIF SEPA staking, and that's at 10%. And what we're going to do is when we do launch OSIF, the OSIF protocol for IP staking, we're going to also introduce a scaled staking mechanism. So typically, many of you guys out there, especially degens, are really familiar with, you contribute to liquidity, or you stake towards a project, you stake towards, towards a network. In doing so, there might be benefits like loyalty bonuses, for example, but there's a trade-off. You can get this loyalty bonus, but if you were to unstake too early, or you take that bonus too early, then there's a big penalty, or you forego the bonus altogether. There's other models where you can guarantee yourself, better rates, but if you do, you have to absolutely lock in for sometimes several months. And with doing so, again, if you wanted to, in that situation, if you wanted to pull out your funds, that's not even an option that's available to you. So it's ironic because in a means to increase participation of staking, to drive, help secure, provide incentives for securing the network. Through this process, in order to help drive up that factor, there are some penalizing factors in it. So as a solution to this, we will be introducing scaled staking, and with this, the scaled staking rewards mechanism. So how it works is, if you have read the InvArch EduSeries 4 and are familiar with SEPAnomics, so scalable incentivized proof of attendance, it takes a note out of SEPAnomics playbook. And what happens is, as individuals, so they stake, and they stake to the network, they stake towards IP sets and voting in them. And when they do so, individuals say every cycle, so there will be cycles typically by block, but in block time, typically over 1 week. And these different cycles will have different rates. And what happens is, as an individual, the earlier they contribute, as more time goes on, every cycle, their allocations in those cycles will get an extra, say, SEPA token. And this token will be a multiplier, a beneficial multiplier on the funds that they have staked during that, whatever respective cycle. So the earlier the cycle is, obviously, the more accumulation of bonus that those funds get. And the trade-off here is, so instead of penalizing someone, if you want to take out your funds and you don't want to lose the bonus that you've gotten, that you've earned already, the trade-off here is that individuals, when they unstake, they'll unstake from the earliest cycle that they currently have funds in. That's how it works. So it forces that mechanism. Then they would forego the bonuses there, that bonus multiplier that they've accrued due to their attendance, but at no penalty of rewards. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm very excited for this. I think it'll be a really pleasurable experience for people who are looking to stake, get extra rewards, and be incentivized with the process without any added penalties as a trade-off. So really excited to deploy that, and that is what those allocations are for. We have funds for the Tinkernet Treasury, and this will go towards our Builders program, InvArch Texas Assemble program that we'll be launching here soon. We have our community sale, 2% community sale. It's going to be exclusive community sale as our way of kind of rewarding the community, and it's going to be launched after there is a price point on the token, typically established through DEX, liquidity pool through that market. And once we've done so, we're going to go ahead and we'll release that announcement, and it will be at a very fractional discount of the market price at a limited amount, obviously capping individuals the amount that they can purchase, and it will be KYC verified to ensure there's obviously one individual, one pool of tokens that they can buy from. But it'll be really rewarding, so we're excited for that. And also, additionally, our ambassador incentives to reward our amazing ambassadors that we've had through our program, and to incentivize other teams for XDA support integration. And extending this will also be for teams, so parachange protocols that implement our technology, but then also off-chain services that work with us as well for extending the reach of cross-chain authentication. So there are some changes. Big reason numbers-wise, look at it this way, and very simple way to look at this is like so. All right. Individuals could have, let's say, X amount of tokens at Y value. Let's say individuals could have 10 tokens, and each token is worth $1. So in this example, someone would have $10 if they had 10 tokens. Alternatively, and $10, so at $1 per token, but with a bearish outlook towards the future, so that is not good. Or individuals could have, let's say, you could earn through the amount that you say you get 5 tokens, but these tokens, because of the model, because of the change in the structure of the allocations, these tokens are worth not $1 but $4 each. So now you may only have 5 tokens, but you have $20 of value compared to having more tokens but less value before. And that's a big thing these changes have done, is by helping to secure value so that we can grow real true value on the network through its services, through the services that it provides to developers and individuals to empower their development. And through that driving factor, by driving this powerful service, the value of the network in itself will increase further, which is a bullish outlook towards the future. So nobody's really a big fan of changes, but I will say I'm a huge fan of this because it's sustainable, rewarding all around, and again, really encouraging. The rewards we're giving out as well. We'll have like the base rewards for the 15% that's given, but then because of that inducement bonus that we have, which let me just real quick review one more time for everyone. So just to review these real quick one more time. So these inducement bonuses. So as we raise, so you start here, and there's 0 KSM contributed. As individuals contribute KSM, get more closer towards that hard cap. So individuals who contributed, they contributed their KSM during this, so they were among the first 0 to 3.5 thousand KSM contributed, then this is where they'd be. Individuals who contribute between 3.5 and 8,000, this is where that KSM is. And if you contribute KSM here during this time, you contribute KSM during this time, then the KSM, those contributions would obviously be allocated weights differently. So the earlier the better, but even no matter what, as individuals, even if you were to contribute all the way down here, if you were to wait to the last, you still get added weight, you still get added benefit and allocations from the inducement bonus. So it's obviously a lot more rewarding the earlier that you get in, but it's a system where no matter when you get in, it only helps as more people go and contribute and participate. It only increases the overall allocation that you'll be getting in the end. So it's a very healthy and encouraging system for participation. But again, so if you contribute, so let's give it to you in this example. So imagine the full hard cap, the 20,000 hard cap being hit. Imagine that. And with 20,000 hard cap being hit in that situation, you have individuals who contributed during all of these different stages. And what happens is, so all of the KSM individuals, so each individual KSM would get 10 allocation weights given per KSM at that time. So if someone were to contribute 10 KSM at this time, they would have 100 of those weights, those allocations, compared to someone, if they were to contribute 10 KSM during the end, they would have a total of 10. So 100 in weight, 10 in weight, 10 times difference, same amount, just different time periods. That's like helping to like get it all across. So really, really encouraging. And again, it's like helps to incentivize the earlier participation. But if someone were to participate here at this point, and then as long as, unless you're the very, very last person to contribute, but as more individuals contribute, like once 20,000 gets hit, so if you contribute after 13,000, before 20,000, until 20,000 is hit, this allocation is not earned. So when you first start off, if you were to start off fresh, there goes my hand, start off fresh during this section, right here, you would get no extra bonus. Once you hit this mark, boom, you see that bonus come, so it's rewarding, incentivizing of all those features. And lastly, with these changes and through the recent Tinkernomics update that we've released on Medium, it's also available. You can find it on our Twitter, find a link to it as well, and on the TinkerNet Twitter account, it's at TinkerParachain. We have it available. But with these, we also have the vesting periods available to view. So I know this is a really big thing. Individuals want to know where the allocation is going, how are they being dispensed, distributed, and we have it. It's all here, transparent for everyone to view, to analyze, to assess for themselves. This is over the course of a 2-year duration for everything. Well, the team's tokens will still technically be getting distributed at this point for 1 more year. But as far as everything else, you can see the full scope here. This is from starting at the beginning up to our $11.7 million or 11.7 million token total supply. There's going to be a 10% inflation. So I just want to note this too as well. Why is that happening? So the reason for the 10% inflation, it's to help to keep the fund, that IP staking mechanism. Um, yeah, pretty self-explanatory there. That's another big reason. It's like with the valuation of the network when we launch, 10% of that, you need to assess that valuation and then ask yourself, is that number healthy enough to incentivize development, incentivize activity on the network? And again, that's another big reason for these changes. So all of this information, as I just explained, is in our Tinkernomics update. You can find the Tinkernomics update on our Medium. You can go to the InvArch Network Twitter. You can go to the Tinker Parachain Twitter account at Tinker Parachain, Tinkernet Parachain. I'm sorry. Go there. You can find the article. Give it a read. But yeah, that is everything in that scope that we have moving forward. And just again, a reminder, it's the 42nd auction that we're going for that starts on June 29th, 2022. So they're upcoming in about a week. We're really excited. We're really pumped, working with other teams for integrations, so where you can go to participate in the crowd loan, and we'll be sharing all those details really soon. But we're getting primed. We're getting ready. We hope you are too, because we're really grateful, looking forward to everyone's support as we go ahead and we achieve a successful crowd loan process and we bid for our slot on Kusama. So excited for that, and again, grateful for everyone's support. If you have any questions, feel free to hop into our Discord as well. That's discord.gg/InvArch. We have a questions channel. Go ahead and ask questions. We'll reach out to you. If not immediately, then soon as we can. But yeah, we're pumped for this. We're here. We're ready. Let's do the thing. And in anticipation of that, and while during our crowd loan, just a reminder that Polkadot Decoded will be going on. So very exciting. And in New York City again, I have the amazing opportunity to speak. Going to be giving my speech titled XCM, the Future of an Authenticated Internet. And I'm really pumped because what I'm going to be doing during this presentation is introducing to the world in a more thorough light cross-chain authentication, introducing to the world how, yes, it may start on Polkadot using XCM, using the core technology, the foundations provided through Polkadot, but then extending to all of Web3, and at the lowest level possible, hacking almost like we're hacking around this layer 0 infrastructure to provide it at that base layer, trustlessly, seamlessly, this new protocol for global licensing of assets, of files, for your IP, for copyright, for your code, and more importantly, with this right here, creating cross-chain authentication. And cross-chain authentication is immensely powerful. It's very novel. It's very new. It's not DeFi. It's more than NFTs. It's a future of us taking back control over our data, over our ownership of our data, over the proof of ownership of our data, and creating the ability for plagiarism, proof from plagiarism impossible, Web 3.0. So I'm really excited to present this with you all, and I hope that you all tune in. Otherwise, I'll catch you next week.